This is the Lone Crater YouTube. We hope this video helps.
You start by locking down the timeline. Set the project and timeline frame rate to match your footage so motion calculations are accurate. Once done, enable motion estimation or optical flow in project settings when planning advanced blur, because hardware-based frame rates influence quality. You should also trim and stabilize your clips now. Motion blur works best on steady, finalized clips. Make sure to cache and render a short section after these changes to confirm playback and prepare for effect application. Next, add the motion blur where you need it. In the Edit page, choose the Clip FX or Jump to Fusion and add a motion blur node for per-frame vector-based control. Increase shutter angle or shutter time to deepen blur and raise sample count for cleaner results. Higher samples cost render time. If you used optical flow, feed motion vectors into the node. Once configured, preview short segments at full resolution. Make iterative tweaks to shutter and samples until the motion reads natural without ghosting. To finish, render a short test clip at final settings and watch at real speed. This confirms blur timing and artifact behavior. If you see ghosting or strange smears, reduce shutter angle or sample spread and switch motion estimation modes. Sometimes toggling between optical flow and standard blur solves it. Make sure caching or proxy workflows are enabled to speed iterations, and then render the full timeline. If performance stalls, clear Fusion caches and re-render the problem section before final export.
Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if we helped you.